monster. I'm a monster. I'm a monster.
This picture may be one of the most disturbing pictures you will ever see. The true crime story behind this picture will leave you speechless. It's a true tale of trust and tragedy. Let's discuss the murder of 8-year-old Jamie Lavis. Hello, welcome to the Murder She Shed, the place. We honor the dead right from my she shed. And my name is Holly. And this is Simon, the guy that always breathes on my mic. This is the place you can hear a lesser known true crime case. So relax, kick back, and maybe get a snack, because there's a lot to unpack. Now that you're tired of my rhymes, take some time to hit that like and subscribe, and we will start our story of true crime. Let's travel to the year 1997 in Manchester, England. Manchester is a vibrant city in the northwest of England, UK. It has a warm and inviting atmosphere. On May 5th, 1997, 11-year-old John and his 8-year-old brother Jamie were hanging out with friends in Openshaw, a suburb in Manchester, when John suddenly noticed his brother had left. But he wasn't worried. He just assumed Jamie had walked back home. When he arrived back home for tea that evening, Jamie was nowhere to be seen. He let his mother and father know that Jamie had left the friend's house earlier in the day. At that time, John Lavis and Karen Spooner were not too worried about their son because they knew Jamie would show up before dark since he was very afraid of the dark. Unfortunately, he wouldn't show up, and so they called authorities, who immediately started the search for the young boy. Officers searched everywhere with no signs of Jamie until a tip came in by a bus driver 24 hours after Jamie had went missing. Darren Vickers knocked on John and Karen's front door. Karen answered and seen it was a neighbor from 3 streets away. Darren informed her that he had seen Jamie on the day he disappeared. Darren was a bus driver, and he said that on May 5th, Jamie had gone on his bus and bought an all-day bus ticket, and that towards the end of the day, Jamie had got off the bus at his grandmother's house. This made sense to Karen because she knew Jamie loved to ride buses and stare out the window as the scenery went by. She contacted authorities with the news, and they immediately checked the cameras at the bus depot. Sure enough, Jamie was spotted on the camera. They finally had a clue in his disappearance. He didn't seem upset or distressed on the security camera. Police interviewed Darren, who said he hadn't seen Jamie after he had dropped him off, nor did he see if he had made it inside of his grandmother's home. He did tell police that he had seen a man on the bus and he was holding Jamie. He thought the man might know Jamie. Darren came back to John and Karen's house the next day and wanted to help them search. He seemed very upset and emotional that he had been the last one to see Jamie. The search continued with Darren earnestly helping the grieving family. John and Karen were in shock and so upset that they couldn't bear to face the media. Darren became their strength during this trying time and their spokesperson for the media.
We just got close. It's like one big close family now because we've been out virtually 24 hours a day. All of us involved looking for Jamie. Could never dream of it. A young child on the bus like that, just going missing. It's just unbearable to think about. It's just a nightmare for everyone. There's somebody out there who's got to be sick keeping a child of that age. It shouldn't be done. If you had any respect, you just hand him over to the nearest police station. Just let the child go in. Just let him come home. He's not in trouble. He's not nothing. He just wants it. Somebody somewhere knows where Jamie is.
During the couple's weakest moment in their lives, this man was helping them, not only speaking to the media, but helping them search and repeatedly giving them faith that Jamie was still alive. A month after Jamie went missing, another tip came in that Jamie's body could be found in a shallow grave at a park. Officers on foot began combing the dense undergrowth in the 190-acre park, which is used by local children as a playground. 100 officers, dog teams, an underwater search unit, and a helicopter were involved in the search at Bogart, Hull, Claw, and Blackley. The search was fruitless. John and Karen became very dependent on Darren. He was at the Lavis home so much that he lost his job. Even though Darren had a family of his own, he moved in with the Lavis family, so they could have his full support. Darren even started helping with the Lavis family children. He would often take Jamie's brother, 11-year-old John, with him while they hunted for Jamie. John felt super guilty because his brother had disappeared on his watch. Darren bought a bike for John to help him be able to search for his brother better and asked John and Karen to be godparents to his new baby daughter, Jessica. The distraught couple even gave Darren their own bed to sleep in while they slept on the fold-out sofa. A team of detectives donated overtime money to pay to Jamie's distressed family. October rolled around with the missing boy still not found, until another tip came from a couple of young boys who said that at Reddish Fell Golf Course in Stockport, Greater Manchester, a man had approached them, showing them a missing persons poster of Jamie and asking if they had seen him. He said he acted very strange, and he said, "Hey, did you see that? I thought I seen Jamie in the woods over there," and asked them to go in the woods to see if they could see him too. The two boys became spooked and left. Later, when they had watched TV, they had seen the same man pleading for help to find Jamie. They told officers the man's name was Darren Vickers. Officers headed to the golf course to search for Jamie. Jamie's clothes he had been wearing when he went missing were found first, and then they were able to recover Jamie's torso and jawbone. The majority of Jamie's remains were never found. The young boy appeared to have been dismembered. Officers had suspected Darren right from the start. There were discrepancies in his statement about seeing Jamie on the day that he went missing. He claimed that Jamie had come onto the bus with the ticket. However, CCTV footage from the bus station emerged showing Darren leaving his bus to approach the little figure who was Jamie. He was seen following Jamie around and playing with the little boy's hair before going onto the bus with him. Witnesses on the bus that day also came forward and described how Jamie was having the time of his life as Darren was letting him play with the ticket machine and sit in the driver's booth with him. The all-day rider ticket that Darren had claimed that Jamie had bought was not issued to children, and Jamie did not have a ticket that day. Further investigation into Darren's background also led police to his work references, which were all fake contacts apart from one reference that turned out to be a convicted pedophile. Darren's cunning plan to build a relationship with his victim's parents allowed him to hide in plain sight for months after his crime while staying up to date on the police investigation. The police had been on to him, though, and were very careful what they said in his presence. They knew he had weaseled his way into the family at their weakest moment, and so they brought a detective into the house to stay with the family most of the time. They could not arrest Darren due to lack of evidence until the day they had found Jamie's body. On that fatal day, Darren had tricked Jamie into staying on the bus all day, and when his shift ended, he told Jamie to get in his car and he would take him home. He then SA'd Jamie, murdered him, and dismembered his body. Since Darren's lies knew no bounds, the jury was shocked to hear some of them during his testimony. He told them he was innocent of all charges and that John Lavis had killed his son, even though he could not give a valid reason for it. To add pain to injury, Darren told the court that Karen was unfaithful, and the two had been having an affair way before he had moved in with them. To solidify his lies, Darren claimed the baby Karen was expecting was his. The rumor flooded the city, leaving the grieving mother with no choice but to conduct a DNA test and silence those secretly calling her names. Darren ended up with life in prison with a minimum of 25 years. While serving his sentence in Franklin Prison, another inmate attacked him with a hammer. Darren ended up with a fractured skull and 2 broken bones in his hand, but unfortunately, he survived. In February of 2023, Darren was up for parole, but the parole board refused the release of Darren following a paper review. The panel also refused to recommend a move to open prison. Now the family is left with a reminder of this picture. The man that they thought could be trusted and that came into their lives at their weakest moment was the man that killed their child. This picture is so disturbing as both parents look in shock from the trauma they were going through. Darren is sitting half naked where Jamie should have been, sitting with his arms around the parents whose child he had abducted, essayed, murdered, and dismembered. It may be the most disturbing picture I have ever seen. Like most typical 8-year-olds, Jamie Lavis was a fun, cheeky, and mischievous boy who innocently thought everyone that smiled at him loved him. Just like his parents, he loved and trusted too much. He was much loved, and he will be missed by his family for the rest of their lives. My love and prayers go to Jamie's family. All right, guys, now that I truly made you sad, maybe I can pep you up with all my crazy goofs in this video. I was told in a comment on one of my videos that I didn't show empathy for the victims by having bloopers at the end. If someone truly watched my videos and knew me, they would know my heart breaks for each victim and the victims' families that I speak about. And then my bloopers are quite the opposite. I know that a lot of my subscribers watch tons of true crime videos, and that can really wear on your mind and soul. So my bloopers are for my subscribers, so perhaps I can give y'all a little giggle for the day instead of leaving you with such sadness. In doing this, I mean no disrespect for the victims. For most people, Simon would bring them happiness, but I guess some people are just fuddy-duddies and enjoy their sadness. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a blessed week. Stay kind to others because you never know what they have been going through. I love y'all and bye. But he wasn't worried. He just assumed Jamie had walked home. When he arrived back home for tea that evening, Jamie was nowhere to be seen. Still not found until another tip came from You really got to do that every time. Belly rubs, I swear, you're so spoiled. In Stockport, Greater Manchester, a man had approached them. Goodness, gotta stop that. They said he acted very strange. Oh God, just face it, some people are just jackholes out there. I myself don't like to be sad all the time. If you like a sad and depressing true crime channel, go subscribe. Get out of here. Go subscribe to that channel if you're all about sadness and depression. That's just not me. That's not my personality. You gotta be such a pain for when I film, huh? No, you've already done that 3 times today. We're not doing that. 3 times is enough. You start limping when you do that too much. You watch my videos very much. You know what he wants to do. You know what he wants to do. You're getting my shirt. Oh God, dang it. I said, okay, I have this new mic thing. But I bought this one up high because I had it sitting on the ground, remember that? But apparently he can still pull it off. So I wasted my money about that. Tell him bye. Tell him bye. You gonna be ugly too? Toot this dog. I swear to God, you toot all the time. Quit it, big head. Tooty fruity. You like to toot.
And my claws are scratching up my face, and